Hi everybody, it's my privilege to be here. I want to talk about bamboo because this is a millennia-old material. Christine was talking about knowledge, and this is the knowledge that we ignored for thousands of years. Let me go through this quickly. This is the seed. From one seed, bamboo seed, to an entire building. How do we do this? There's a process, industrialization process. One seed, to seedlings, to maturity, to harvesting, to cutting, carting, treatment, curing, sizing, prefabrication, prototyping, load testing, assembly, and this is your building. From one seed to multiple product changes. This is one example. Now, we were talking about from forests, bamboo plantations. This is the mindset change, the change in mindset that Christine was referring to. Bamboo plantations, harvesting, applications, productions. There's a lot of design to this. You have to design before you apply. You need the specification to production. Now, I'll give you an introduction. This is what I'll be talking about. This is just the synopsis. Forest. Go back to the forests. They call the rain, they cleanse the air. The forests do that. In Hong Kong, there's almost nothing, no forest. Cleanse the air, circulates the weather currents, regulates our global climate. It's the lungs of our planet. The oceans, the little harbor that we have, is still something that we should treasure, the little that we have. It breathes in, bamboo breathes in CO2 through the photosynthesis, breathes out oxygen. You will notice later that bamboo is, through the process of photosynthesis, it absorbs 3 times more CO2, thereby exhaling 3 times more oxygen. This is a carbon sink. We want to do this. So this is a millennia-old material. The mindset was, it's poor man's timber in the West. In the Chinese, they call it represents poverty. 貧賤. So I'm going to show you the shift in mindset. We're going to turn it. This group is going to turn it into a wise man timber instead of a poor man's timber. It is a natural replacement of other synthetic materials. As a matter of fact, in my mind, I have no doubt that it's going to supplement timber, but in no time it will sideline timber. Okay? This is what I want to tell you. We are using a fiber waste. Through this fiber waste, through this movement, we will use less trees. The softest of softwoods takes us 15 to 20 years to grow. Not to mention the hardwoods, of course. As an architect, I've been specifying the use of wood throughout my career. I stopped doing that. Bamboo is a giant grass. Some species grow stronger and harder than oak, but generally, you can harvest it in 5 years. It grows very fast. Averages 1 to 1.1 meter per day, given the adequate rainfall. That much, right? The highest on record is 1.4 meters per day. That's quite something. But the body, the cross-section, the body doesn't, they do not grow full body until the 5th year. So we can harvest it in the 5th year. I'm going to tell you about this. This is the sustainability. This is the social, environmental, economic improvements that will push the our third millennia for generations. It's an evergreen plant. The root system is known as rhizomes. Needs adequate rainfall, therefore it doesn't grow in north of the Yangtze River. It doesn't grow in Europe. Some friends from Europe, my friends from Europe, always ask me if they can grow it in Europe. I said, yes, one day you will be able to do it when it's too late and global warming has caught up with you. Okay? It grows very fast. It has a wide range of usage. It's beneficial to the ecosystem and helps tackle global change. I talked about absorbing more CO2, 3 times more. It's 3 times more. And actually it helps desertification, soil erosion. There's a whole host of things there. I'm no scientist. So I think the scientists within us must tell us if there's more oxygen in the air, somehow it must slow down the depletion of the ozone layer. Now, the world's forest is about 2% of the entire forest of the world is in bamboo. If we try to improve that 2% into 5%, I'm sure there's a lot more oxygen in the atmosphere. There's a lot more genera species and all that. We don't know enough. We should know enough, but social cause has it because it's a poor man's timber. I was talking to Christine, and in China, if your house has a bamboo door, you don't want to ask the girl for a movie because her house is in a timber door. So this is something that we've got to get rid of. Okay? In the world, generally, there's about between 60 and 70% of the world's bamboo naturally occurs in China, south of Yangtze River. The world's second largest country, by country, is second largest is in Vietnam, about 15-18%. That's quite a lot in Latin America. You'll be surprised that Canada and Northeast United States also have a species of bamboo that grows in very cold climate. I mean, I did not have time, but this is a typical bamboo forest. The tip, the leaves, the poles, the knots. And below ground is the rhizome and the root system. This is a root system. Different from timber, there's a root system that sustains different poles. The Chinese have eaten the tip of bamboos for a few thousand years, joksun. The leaves, the pole, even the knots give rise to photosynthesis. But it's the roots below ground that makes things happen because it's not a very deep system. But what happens is the roots system gives the best nutrients and the best water to the weakest pole. A kind of survival for the weakest. And if that pole becomes strong, then it moves to the next weakest pole. So this is a system that defies Darwin's theory. Now, if we were to to cultivate more bamboo groves in your gardens, in the parks, then there's got to be more oxygen in the air, less CO2. It's going to make us, smarter, especially the kids. I want to pump more oxygen into the bloodstreams of the children of the schools so that the body will grow stronger, their minds will react quicker. Now, I don't want to talk about the business. I just want to change your mindsets for you. In a recent project that I did for the Federation of Hong Kong Industries, this is a counter made out of bamboo material, the flooring, the paneling, the doors. So this is a project that is done in Hong Kong. This is a picture I took for a bamboo orchestra. Every piece of instrument is made out of bamboo material. This orchestra is based in Beijing. On the lower left is an instrument made in Indonesia, and they try to string it together through the computer system. You've seen all this: bamboo mouse, bamboo laptops, hardware, everything. So if we can consume it better, it's better. Now I'm going to show you a host of bamboo charcoal drinks, vitamin pills. Carbon pills are particularly good, and we have furniture, blinds, curtains, upholstery. I'm wearing my bamboo socks today, my bamboo underwear. They've got. My wife picked up sweatshirts, 95% bamboo from Paris, and some have picked up some sweatshirts from Princeton, 85% with bamboo shoots. I'm going through all this because we should know. We should know, flooring, a host of kitchenware, baskets, so a host of things. Incense sticks that are sold in India, that are made in India. And this is one way of going out of poverty. They are talking about biochar. The biochar is the African equivalent. They've got bamboo, they mix it with manure, horse manure, cows, and even human manure, put it in the sun. They sell it to do cooking. They sell it to do warming in the house. And this, two weeks ago, I picked this up. This is the bamboo bicycle. This is actually the New York Times. They make bamboo bicycles in US of A. Now, I'm going to show you a few things, but environmental, choosing bamboo, structural, aesthetics. This is a church, a chapel in South America, a stable, bridges in South America, a house in North America, Hawaii to be exact. And this is a prototype that is being built by Chinese building authority to test it. And this is a house in Bangladesh. The children, this is during construction, and the children love it. And this is a German moving exhibition hall. They move it. It's in timber. They sell Mercedes in China with this house. And the right-hand side, of course, is Chongqing, and the other one is in Shenyang, and so on and so forth. These are just some pictures. This is, of course, the biggest timber pavilion, bamboo pavilion at the expo. And the raw material is from nearby Anji. So a very small carbon footprint. This is, of course, the Spanish pavilion made out of bamboo and rattan. And this is the Indonesian one, and the Vietnamese. I'll show you some. We do it in outdoors as well. Okay, everything So I just want to flip through this picture so that you have an idea. And this is the future. We do it in bamboo membranes. We call it the dance of the foliage, you know. And, you know, there's some romanticism, there's some artistry in all this, you know. And, oh, by the way, this one is from Slovakia. And we do it through two institutions. This one is called INBA, International Network of Bamboo and Rattan. The other one is a research center called International Center of Bamboo and Rattan. Okay, the website is there. And this international is a subsidiary of the United Nations, the only one headquartered in China. So those are the websites you want to visit. And Federation of Hong Kong has got it. This is the INBA Day at the Expo. The lady is Professor Jiang Ziwei. And this is the Expo Pavilion that they have. You notice the leaves, the blades of the wind turbine is made out of bamboo. Okay. And we have an international design competition that closes today. Okay, we already have we are represented by 48 countries. Okay, so this is changing the world. So this is a carbon sink capturing bamboo as a carbon sink. It's a biomass energy. So I hope I've changed your mindset in just 10 minutes. Wise man's timber. Thank you.